Hi, I'm John Stacy, and I'd like to talk to you about our next assignment, which is capturing the little dog. Our next assignment, which is the classification and division essay. And this is Archie the punctuation dog, who is apparently going to help me with this exercise. So, the classification and division chapter in the textbook is chapter 15. And I want you to take a look at that. Page 331, one of the first pages in the chapter. You'll see that it asks us about how do we classify things, how do we divide them up. For example, if I was going to take a little dog, how would I classify dogs? Well, I could classify dogs according to different principles. I could classify them according to working dogs and pet dogs and useless dogs. Okay, on our page, the first thing that we need to do is to fill in our name and our email address, and fill in the email address very carefully, because that's how you get a reply back from Mr. Stacy. Okay, it tells us that we're doing the classification essay, chapter 15, and to read page 331, just like we just did, and talk about how we classify things in our own lives. And I'm asking you to write in this box about how you classify things in your own life. I'd say, well, you know, what are the names given to different categories of some of the following? I'd probably go for videos and talk about horror movies and dramas and kids and so forth. Okay, or food items in the grocery store, or cars. I want you, anyway, to give me some of the ways that those things are categorized. Then, what we just talked about going to the grocery store, how do you take your 5 bags of groceries and sort them out? What would you use? Would you use any sort of organizing principle? Well, tell me about that. What principle do you put? How do you divide stuff up when you're going to put it away? And then let's take a look at the student sample essay, Mall People, on page 331 and 332. We find that it talks about 3 kinds of people who go to the mall. Down to the first body paragraph, the first paragraph that talks about a type of mall goer, and it says teenagers. Of course, teenagers are drawn to the mall to pass time with pals and to be seen by other teens. Now, is that true of the malls around us? If we take a look at the people in those malls, how would we divide them up? People who go to the mall. Well, let's see, there's teens. I think a lot of elderly people go to the mall just to exercise, and walk back and forth. And then you've got your other categories of people go to the mall. Teens, and then the next category, the next paragraph, each category gets its own paragraph, couples. And just as with the teens, it describes this category. It says the young lovers are easy to spot because they walk hand in hand, stopping to sneak a quick kiss every few steps. Well, yeah, I've seen that in malls. They first pause at a jewelry store window. Oh, what are they thinking about? What's she thinking about? What is he thinking about? That's a nice big pretty one there. How much does it cost? Okay, they gaze at diamond engagement rings and so forth. Okay, the last category that this student essay covers is families. Last body paragraph, Mom, Dad, little Jenny, Fred Jr. visit the mall on Friday and Saturday evenings for inexpensive recreation. You're going to get to choose from this group here. And I want you to put your choice in this box. Only 4 kinds of bosses, 4 kinds of customers at wherever you work, 4 kinds of boyfriends, girlfriends, husbands, 4 kinds of wives, 4 kinds of pet owners, freeway drivers, 4 kinds of people trying to get in shape, 4 kinds of people trying to go on a diet, 4 kinds of annoying phone calls, 4 kinds of soccer players, hockey players, whatever you want, 4 kinds of clubs, 4 kinds of TV watchers. I'm asking, choose one and then tell me what will be your thesis and plan of development. Put that in this box. Something like there are 4 kinds of college instructors: the fanatic, the laid-back, the humorless, and the kind. 4 different categories. One way to categorize them. Okay. Then we've got the grid, the boxes. We're going to make our plans for this essay. And this is really the unique thing about this planning device. Okay, it asks you to write a complete sentence in each box. All right, box 1, it says name of kind. The first is the curious shopper. I will call Curious Carla. Give a name to, let's see, what could I put in there? Yeah, I could put in the first kind of freeway driver is tailgating Tommy. Okay, that's the first kind. Then, next box. Let's go to the typical appearance and clothing. Tailgating Tommy, the freeway driver, usually has a baseball cap turned backwards on his head. His eyes are narrowed. His expression is grim. He's usually wearing a sports jacket of some kind. His teeth are clenched. Okay, that's tailgating Tommy. Typical appearance and clothing. Well, maybe that's kind of exaggerated. Where is this kind most often found? Well, tailgating Tommy, you know where he's most often found. Look in your rearview mirror, right? Tailgating Tommy is always right there behind you, no matter what you do, where you turn, how fast you go, or how slow you go. Tailgating Tommy is attached to your rear bumper. Going over to annoying habits and best features. Well, the annoying habit of tailgating Tommy is his sticking so closely to your posterior, and perhaps his best feature is when he turns off the freeway finally behind you, or his best feature might be that he keeps you very much aware of your own driving. Then there's a box, your choice. About tailgating Tommy. One other thing I've noticed about tailgating Tommy is that when he gets out of the car, he's very often a very nervous and unhappy person. He's agitated by small things, something like that, whatever you're going to do. Okay, then you go to the next set of boxes, kind 2. The next kind of driver is the elderly driver. We'll call this one Old George. Okay. The typical appearance of clothing of Old George, well, it's hard to tell because you can barely see Old George over the steering wheel. But very often Old George, like tailgating Tommy, is wearing some kind of a hat. His nose is often large, as are his ears. Where is he most often found? Well, Old George is most often found immediately in front of you on the freeway, right? Okay, yeah, I think you get the idea. We got 4 kinds of drivers in this case, and typical appearance, where you find them, their annoying habits, and some other detail that you would like to include. Okay, now what we've done here is we have made notes for our essay. This first assignment asks that you based on the notes, just write your first body paragraph. That would be like the one about tailgating Tommy, and a sentence using a semicolon and a floated conjunctive adverb. Mr. Stacy always likes those. And you're going to continue writing. You put that in the box here, and you're going to continue writing this in the next assignment. So all we're doing now is making the notes and doing the first paragraph. Now, you're going to submit this by clicking on the Submit Answers button down here. Now, here's a clue. Once you've pressed that Submit button, this is gone. This is history. All of your typing and so forth is gone away, except the next page that appears will be a thank you form, and the thank you form has all of the things that you typed on it. Is to print that and turn in a copy to Mr. Stacy for the assignment, and also copy it into a Word document so you can make direct use of it in your next assignment.